It's very noisy.
All right.
All right, we are live.
We're live. Hello, world.
Hello.
I am Norman Rafferty, broadcasting from an undisclosed location. Welcome to Urban Jungle, specifically Urban Jungle's Astounding Science, the science fiction realm taking place in the far-off year of, what the heck, it's a new year, 1981.
Wow.
Rolled over for a new calendar year. Fortunately, the Space Patrol is on fiscal years, so you're fine. I am joined today by some of our intrepid players. Let's go ahead and start with Griffin, because I'll go left to right in the Roll20. Griffin, tell us about your character.
Hey there, everybody. I'm playing Commander Boris Blazkowicz, the fastest rocketeer beyond Mars. He's a pilot and first mate of the Problem Child. He's a daredevil star child with a carefree personality, and his motto is to let nobody hold you back. At present, I believe his goal would probably be to go and rescue the missing crew.
Oh, which I think you guys
We didn't
already
rescue
did.
them. We did figure out where they were, but I think they still need to be rescued.
Okay, no, they've been rescued.
Oh, someone else went out and rescued them then.
And we gave you Insider with the Uranians as a reward.
No, we just discovered that they were being held hostage, didn't we?
Oh, right.
They surrendered
You
to the
discovered
Thermionic Empire, so they still
discovered
need
the
rescue
Thermionic
from there.
Well, don't take that gold just yet.
Okay, well, that was my assumption, but, well, there I am.
Okay, so, all right, let's go ahead and move next. Theta, tell us about your new character.
I am Captain Maximilian Crash, Vaticanate, Tiger God Hybrid, Geiger, personality is arrogant, motto is glorious. I accomplished my last goal. I had the flow of narcissism, and in case it wasn't said, I had purchased the gift of entourage.
Of what?
Entourage.
Oh, right. So you've got a bunch of followers now. I'll have to import their tokens. Speaking of importing tokens, let's go ahead and Arcloid, tell us about your character.
Yeah, you got the token raccoon here. I'm Arcloid. I play Ralph Summers, the egghead raccoon safecracker. His flaw is that he is an ex-con. His personality is high-strung, and his motto is, when the door closes, break a window.
When we last left our brave heroes, you had explored the unexplored shadowy reaches of Uranus. Did you guys see the news report lately that says that some of the atmosphere of Uranus is bleeding off into space?
Actually, no, I don't think I saw that one.
So
Yeah,
Uranus is bleeding.
The headline was, "This just in, Uranus is leaking gas."
It
right.
shall never stop being funny.
That's our level of humor. Do you like humor?
The cat approves.
Cat doesn't approve of anything. Okay, and made contact with the enigmatic Uranians, which communicate only through phosphorescent light. So today, Badal, who is our expert Xeno diplomat, was pleased to hear this information, as you folks were at Sinope Station. And it turns out that the crew were indeed captured by the Tellurians. No doubt in this Cold War detente, the League of Worlds will find a way to find an exchange to get them back. But no, they're not going to send you to get them back, because if they're being held hostage, it's either at a secret base or on the world of Telluria itself, which is monitored by the central intelligence of the thermionic brain.
You mean I can't just go there and punch it?
You can't just go there and punch the thermionic brain.
Darn. Well, put me as plan B.
The thermionic brain is protected by soldiers, many of which have studied the modern discipline of neo-psychology known as Vaticology, the ability to predict the future based on watching people's body movements. Am I the only Gundam fan here?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Gundam's great.
I'm trying to remember which prince in the Gundam series describes that he could dodge laser fire because he could see which way people were pointing their barrels and then dodge out of the way because he was able to calculate based on the way
I
their
don't know
barrels were pointed.
specifically which person has that line at all because there's a billion different Gundam series, but I would probably guess like there's 50-50 chance just Char said it.
Right. Because that was a popular thing in 40s and 50s sci-fi, and so the captain here, who insists on calling himself that even though he's not, is a master of that discipline.
It is actually interesting seeing it side by side now that Boris has a similar but not the same power.
So yeah, that's what it's supposed to be: determinism, Laplace's demon, and all that kind of stuff. So when we start, we're going to go ahead and Commodore is your captain has been promoted to a higher administrative position, which was always his personal goal. So at present, despite your daring rescue, the future of the Ixion, the problem child, is actually in doubt.
I got that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, like, I got that court martial coming up.
Yeah, you do. So they're going to go ahead and recall all of you back to Demo Station on Mars, which I don't think I have a map for. No, I have a map for Jupiter.
There we go. Let me help. I think I got this.
Let's go ahead and take us all back to New Jersey.
There we go. We got Mars now.
You made a Mars map?
Yeah, I did. Just take a look. It's beautiful.
I don't.
You can tell it's Mars because it has Mars written on it.
So what happened to its 2 moons?
Am I fighting with?
It just at the bottom right.
There we go, Mars. Okay. Because despite the fact that you were commendable, so they're gonna have to figure out what to do with the ship. Meanwhile, the captain decides going around the more civilized industrialization of Mars, decides to, I guess, go and call some old friends. I assume you want to populate your entourage. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get my marquee onto the ship.
All right. What's the skill you roll for populating an entourage?
I'm using the will and presence option of degenerates.
All right.
Ooh.
So that is 2. I've got 2.
Okay. Do you want to spend anything?
No, I'm cheap.
Okay.
You could roll Insider with the Uranians and pick up some of those here on Mars.
No, that's literally the only sold back thing I have.
Yeah, if you hadn't sold that back, you could have picked up a Uranian.
I get enough of those in bars.
Okay. So 2 successes. So I'm guessing you're going to pick up 2 Astro Pirates.
Sounds appropriate. Sounds like what I'm looking for.
Okay. And yeah, Evelyn the Sparrow and Jesse, who is a deer. Yes, we're the hard pirates, Evelyn and Jesse.
Look, we all have names. Something we come with.
Yep. Well, yeah, we heard you went straight.
Well, they got my ship.
You got your own ship?
No, I said they've got my ship.
Oh, okay.
You can't be a captain without a ship. Look, I got a plan.
What's the plan, boss?
I got this new ship.
Are you going to steal the problem child?
Look, don't say that shit out loud.
Sorry, boss.
They got radios all over the place. These guys have radios on their wrists.
It's okay, boss. We're wearing our Baco foil hats.
We're not in one.
Okay. Do you have pirate tokens, or do I have to find one?
I could find something.
Okay, if you could find something, that would help me out. One's a sparrow and one's a deer. They're the two random people who showed up that day. Everyone else kind of laughed when you gave them a call. Meanwhile, so Boris, I guess you're haunted by these visions of sensory things that are beyond, mortal ken.
The colors, the lights, the future. Ah.
The synesthetics. So, but yeah. So you'll just basically be cooling on Mars when like in your own civilian barracks. They've got you on paid administrative leave while they're sorting out the details to figure out exactly what they want, because you did use unauthorized equipment, but you also exposed a calamity that might destroy the entire solar system and upset the balance.
A little give, a little take, yeah.
So when you will get a phone call.
Ooh.
And you happen to be home to answer it. I don't know if you're the kind of person who lapses into an alcoholic stupor. What's your personality again?
Carefree. So the answer would probably be yes, and also binge watching the only thing shown on Mars television, the John Carpenter movie.
Yeah, there's only 3 channels after all.
And one of them is just that movie on repeat. Well, all the more reason to get drunk and then answer the phone.
Yeah.
Boris Blazkowicz. Who's
Hello,
calling?
Mr. Blazkowicz. I'm Mr. Varela. I work for Martian Metals and Mining Consortium.
Oh, yeah, I remember you guys. Yeah, how's it, what can I do for you, Mr. Varela?
I'm not sure I'm comfortable saying this over the phone. Is there somewhere we could meet?
Yeah, I know a place. Over on this corner and that. Should be nice if you just want to have a talk.
Have you ever seen a GM to player? Have you ever seen an automat before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, one of those places, because those be all over the future. People love getting their food served in impersonal little boxes.
People love not having to make social contact with people who serve them.
In the far off future of 1981.
Ah, yes. But yeah, we'll meet at the automat. I'll see you in a minute. And Boris will go ahead and get the affirmative.
Do you want to call any of your friends?
Well, it's the mining consortium. I'm probably going to call Ralph because I know I can trust Ralph. And if this mining consortium is calling, they might be asking for something under the table. And I'd feel better having Ralph around. So I'll call Ralph up as I'm trying to brush crumbs off and put on a suit.
Okay.
Hey, Ralph.
Yes.
Just got an interesting call. Some guy from the MMC. You remember those people, right?
Yes.
One of them wants to have a talk, and I got a feeling it's something shady. You want to come with?
I'd be glad to. Keep
Yeah,
your big
good.
ass out of trouble.
Exactly. I'm already on trial for one thing. Maybe I'll keep it down to just one thing. So, I'll meet Ralph there, and we'll meet our contact.
Okay, so you guys go to the coffee automat.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this thing? Sorry, I glitched out in Roll20 for a sec. Let me reload it. Okay, so you'll go and meet Larry Vela, who is a nervous-looking raccoon in a nice but rumpled suit. And he says, yeah, you guys weren't followed or anything. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? You guys remember the Astro Patrol.
Yeah, who's going to be following us? I'm just getting a burger. I say as I literally just pull one up.
Oh, Yeah, you guys don't. I mean, we've never met, but I believe you worked with my boss, Mr. Brack Winson.
I think I remember him. He's back on Mercury, wasn't he?
He was one of the people. He was one of the people of interest speaking at the diplomatic meeting before Mercury was admitted to the League of Worlds. Yes.
Right. I
I
remember a little
worked
bit more
for
of
him.
running the security than what was said, but I remember him.
Yeah. Well, I work for him, and I noticed that you've been in contact with him, and I've come into I heard that you were here on Mars, and I wanted to bring something to your attention. I'm a little worried about like all this talk about war, giant atomic warfare machines. People are saying there was an ultra wave conversion weapon being developed all the way past the asteroid belt that could have destroyed everything. It's terrible.
Yeah, something sciencey like that. It's not here anymore, though.
Whew, lots of relief. Well, part of what's related to that is listen, I'm sad to say this, but despite the fact that Martian Metals and Mining is one of the biggest corporations in the solar system, uh, sometimes they do things that aren't necessarily considered above board.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I know that must be shocking to you that a giant corporation might engage in unethical activities.
Yeah, I never heard that one before.
I
And
walked
I'm
to
just
the
gonna take a
forest.
chomp out of the burger.
Well, one of our largest competitors is the Intravenous Corporation, which currently has a monopoly on all of the raw materials being exported from Venus, as Venus is one of the largest resources of inert gases, which are necessary for the production of many of our nuclear reactors.
Okay.
Um,
So I'm guessing you
well,
want in on that market.
it's not that we want in on that; it's that naturally Martian Metals wants to keep their rivals under observation to make sure that they're not reaching. So I've got some evidence here that some of the people in Intravenous may be collaborating with uh, Tellurian agents.
Oh, that wouldn't be good. That does sound
Here,
like a space patrol matter, though.
well, here's the problem. If I go to the space patrol, I would have to reveal that my company employs industrial spies in Intravenous's territory, which would be a violation of both civil and criminal law.
I see. And that'd be not great for you. I can understand that.
That's why I brought this up with Mr. Winson, and he dismissed it out of hand. But I can't sleep at night, not thinking of what sort of terrible weapons they might be developing, especially with some of the technology that we're aware of that Intravenous is developing.
Right, and you could use a bit of a private investigator to clarify these claims.
I'm suggesting if I could give you the evidence that we have,
Mhm.
I'd be happier if you looked into it, as Astro Patrol people didn't mention that we here at Martian Metals were involved.
Well, I'm nothing like Captain Proteus, not some big stickler for the rules, but if there's some Tellurian trouble going down on Venus, well, it couldn't hurt to look into it. Besides, Mars is kind of boring. I could use a vacation. I hear Venus is nice and sunny.
Well, here, let me give you the microfiche, the ultimate storage information medium available in this far off year of 1981.
The most advanced technology we have, of course.
Okay, and you will be given the goal
Ooh.
of solve the Venus mystery.
Yeah. So meanwhile, I'll go ahead, think it over, and go, there's only one problem. Right now, I don't believe we would be allowed to fly the problem child anywhere.
Well,
It is Space Patrol property, and I'm on leave.
Well, that means that it's going to go. Well, this is funny because that means it's technically that means it goes to the next ranking officer. John Lancer is also on leave of absence, which
Similar
means
reasons.
technically Wyatt is the next ranking officer.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just like turn my head slowly over to Ralph and go, so
Yes.
how many chocolate bars do you think we need to convince Wyatt? We're at the automat. I could pick a few up. We'll easily distract him and take the chip for ourselves. Or,
At least a box worth.
all right. Well, I'm going to start pulling out some quarters here.
You are aware that I could borrow a ship just as easily.
Yeah, I mean, Wyatt's young, impressionable, and persuaded by chocolate, right?
True.
Well,
Or
I'll
you
start
could try
working
to
on the chocolate.
You could acquire a ship.
And
I
Ralph,
like the captain's comment. Chocolate isn't toxic to everything, just canines.
right, perfectly acceptable for the raccoons.
I mean, raccoons will eat anything.
Exactly. So will bears. Bears are also omnivores. Right.
Bears will also eat anything. Bears are giant raccoons, depending on who you ask.
Mega evolution, of course. But let's see. So, Ralph, why don't you go talk to that captain guy, Captain Maximilian? Why do I keep calling him Captain? He said it so many times it's stuck in my head at this point. See if you can
That's
find
the plan.
Max. I got the feeling maybe he'd be willing to help us out. I mean, it's a hunch, but if it's just us two and Wyatt, I'm not sure how far we're gonna get.
That is a little short of a crew complement. You might need someone else, and the captain might be willing to help you.
Yeah, it would be nice to fill 4 chairs instead of 3.
So we're gonna call the captain. Please bring me my wine.
Yeah. So
Sorry, we haven't had that flavor here since 1969.
Thank you. I don't feel so old.
I'm embarrassed that I get that joke. So the captain, you hear the call. I don't know. I don't understand. How are we going to be able to steal a ship? Hey, captain, some guy on the phone says he needs your help to go on an undocumented mission with the only officer's teenager.
Yep.
So, captain, do you accept?
Yeah. Just so long as we can bring my crew aboard.
Oh, we'd be happy to have them.
So I guess you guys approach Wyatt, and how are you going to? And Wyatt's your ally, so you don't have to work that hard to convince him. Gee,
Wyatt.
Tellurian activity in the sector. We got to stop that.
Oh yeah.
Right, but we got to keep it on the down low.
Right, got to nip it in the bud, Andy.
Yeah, we don't want this leaking out that there might be security violations. Not violations, but lapses that have resulted in such.
Are you sure? Wow, I'm the highest ranking officer on the ship, and no one has bothered to. I suppose we could try and get past the. We either get past the administrative tape and use some academic skill to push to just get me authorized, or we could just take off in the ship and not tell anybody and worry about it later.
Well, I was thinking of taking a page out of Captain Proteus's book, and that's exactly what I was going to suggest. Just file to do a patrol around Venus, and everything should be fine, right?
Okay, so
you're a commanding officer.
Of mind and academics with bonuses from authority and research, which I don't think either of you have, because neither of you are Commodore.
I don't have academics either.
Well, who's going to file then?
I guess Ralph will do it.
Is Ralph's the smartest one?
Academics D8.
I
Do you
don't
want to
suppose,
throw?
Maximilian, you have any academics.
Now, you could also throw some deceit and streetwise in there, but if you get caught, that means you're forging. So you could roll extra dice, but it'll be forgery.
Mhm.
I think I'll do that.
Okay.
Hey, take the gamble.
The heroes of the solar system throwing it all away on a random mission to Venus.
I mean, it's Star Trek 3. Search for Spock.
Wow. Get that rubber stamped. All right. It's Captain Wyatt. Hold on. I got to promote him. So that's Captain Wyatt to the rest of you guys. What do you have a last name for Wyatt?
Let me see. I think I did write one down. Sanders.
Wyatt.
That might be too close to Summers, so I could change it.
Wesley.
Well, I wrote Wesley, but Sanders is good too. No, it's all right. That's Captain Sanders to the rest of you. None of your
Yeah, you can you lower your arm at any point, Wyatt.
Ah,
No worries, Captain. I respect you.
thanks, Captain. Who
Well,
are
you see,
these
I'm
two?
the one in charge here, so I'm the real captain.
Yeah, who are these two? They're not in uniform.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
my former subordinates. They're joining us for this mission.
Yes, subordinates. They look at
Subordinates, yeah.
Yeah, Evelyn has to be smoking a cigar, which would be difficult if you. I don't know how you do that if you have a beak.
We just
And
hold it
Jess-
between
Very carefully.
And Jess, of course, has had their antlers capped off with radium so they glow in the dark.
Doubles as a landing beacon.
You can find in the dark. Now to get my helmet on. Ah, damn it.
Look, it's just a super large helmet, that's all.
You should see the moose helmets. They're just miles long.
Space Moose.
All right. Well,
So
we
you're
got
just going to get in the ship and take off.
the authority to now.
Are there any weird preparations you want to take before going to Venus?
Is there anything I should know about Venus I would need to prepare for?
Well, Venus's atmosphere is not natively breathable. In
Mhm.
fact, there's often ammonia rains. There's a native race of Venusians who are rather bird-like in appearance, who don't melt in the rain and can breathe the local atmosphere. Venusians can go to other planets where they can breathe if they're assisted with rebreathers.
Mhm.
But
So an astro suit is advised then.
you'll definitely have to wear an astro suit.
Okay.
That's common knowledge.
Already got one of those, so that's just fine.
About Venus. Intravenous is the largest company on the planet Venus itself. You also have the microfiche that was given to you by Larry. You could try to read through that. What skills
ought
do
to
you
go
have
over that.
useful in analyzing data?
Well, I believe, Ralph, you do have academics.
Yes.
You can use academics to go through to find what the hard data is. You can use questioning to try and find out what people's personal behavior is. If there's criminal activity, streetwise applies to this, which there is, so you can use that. Do you have any other? So you have to choose. Do you want to profile it using questioning, or do you want to data mine it using academics, or do you want to do something I haven't mentioned? Like you could use craft, I guess.
Well, Wyatt has negotiation. No, questioning. That was the appropriate skill.
Okay. Do you want to share the data with anyone else? The captain might have keen insight into criminal behavior.
Sure, yes.
Captain, do you have questioning or streetwise?
No, but do my Astro Pirate gang have that?
What do Astro Pirates get? I have to look that up.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
that's right.
probably guess not academics.
I think they do have Streetwise. They will assist you and give you a bonus D8. Let's just put it at that.
They have fighting, presence, and transport.
What are their gifts?
Astro Soak and Streetwise.
Streetwise, so they assist you for bonus D8.
They're also outfitted with blades, so
That's what comes standard. If you want to get them better stuff, you can get them better stuff.
Our future shock crew: 3 swordsmen and a bear who wrestles people.
well, I carry an energy sword, and they carry 2 radioactive.
Yeah, they carry
swords.
radio gen blades. Usually on the Astro Pirates, they keep the guns locked up because you don't want to shoot holes in the ship.
Right.
All right, that gets me a D12.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking up Astro Pirates here.
It's all
Astounding
good.
Science, available at finer gaming stores.
Buy now before it blasts off.
Well, actually, it's
Yeah.
still in early access as we write this, but okay. Okay, so
4654.
basically, the spies from 3M have been going through a lot of the records. So currently, even though Venus is part of the League of Worlds, there are many people on Venus who, I guess you would call it a nativist movement, which is, before you guys showed up and built your giant factories, you built your giant factories that spew oxygen into the air. Instead of our toxic carbon dioxide. There's some opposition, like people who live, the aliens who lived there before. Not all, like, despite the narrative the media would have you believe that, oh yeah, the Venusians joined up and they were totally happy to build giant, extracting plants to suck the radon gas out of the core of the planet. There's a lot of resistance to that. And so some of the evidence that's in here is that, let's see, you've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, wow, like 6 successes. So yeah, the pirates go over this and they say, you see these line items right here, where they're talking about, miscellaneous expenses and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's buying guns. That's where you hide the guns in the line item budget. And that with these kinds of photos and evidence shows that this kind of manpower that they're assigning, apparently 3M has been hiring, I guess we call them like Pinkertons or strikebreakers. They've been hiring, mercenaries to deal with specifically on the Danube plain. Venus itself is covered in toxic ammonia oceans. There are a few plateaus that rise above all of this. Danube Plain is one of those that does rise above it. And apparently, according to these line items, there's things being shipped there. But Intravenous, doesn't actually have an operation there. Intravenous is based on the Maxwell plane. So they're having operations that are going on over here, and these line items and evidence here is that they've been sending people over there. There's also a particular name that keeps coming up. Lawrence Boyer, or Boyer. There's a picture of him. He's kind of a goofy-looking alligator type guy. They keep there's line items in the intravenous budget where they keep giving him money, but he's like why they they don't say what his research project is. They just say he's getting money for some reason.
Right. So everything is pointing to he's probably over there in the Danube Plains getting funding, having some sort of secret base, and doing a secret project.
Lawrence Boyer is being funded for his research, but Lawrence Boyer actually doesn't live in the plane. He has a seat on. He's one of the professors at Maxwell Polytechnic, the biggest university in all of Venus. So one lead is Lawrence Boyer. The other one is they're definitely sending activity into the Dano jungle. The Tellurian things that he's worried about is that research keeps like going there and like being shipped, and there's notes and there's photos of. Actually, wouldn't be any photos of this. There'd be evidence that there's like secret information being passed back and forth. But now that you think about it, there's nothing in here that basically says this is Tellurian activity, just that there's some kind of secret scientific research that would be conducted at a remote base far away from everything and needs armed guards to do it. So maybe Larry was a little, you don't know. Whatever it is, it stinks. I mean, you all like look at this and you all kind of nod your heads. Like the pirate guys say, this is definitely like a secret military installation.
Right. Something good isn't going down here, so we ought to check it out.
And the pirate guys are like, rubbing their paws together. Secret military installations means, high, powerful atomics and powerful weapons. Those are good things to steal.
Well,
Not that we
technically,
would
no one's
do that.
supposed to know about this, so no one will know if it goes missing. Knock yourselves
Ooh.
out.
Wow, we like it. They're going to elbow the captain. We like this guy.
Hey, as long as Tellurians aren't using them. So, I guess
That's
the real
fair.
question is, how do we want to approach this? We got kind of our two initial sources. Do we want to go harass Lawrence Boyer in person and see what he's up to, or just go straight there and shove our noses in it?
Well, there's no evidence that there's a landing strip on the Danube plain. There is one on the Maxwell. So if they were actually moving anything off planet, either they have a secret base and they're covering it up extremely well, or they're funneling. Three things. Either they have a secret landing pad on Danube and aren't telling anybody about it. They haven't moved anything at all. Is I guess another thing. I would be thinking about, or they're funneling whatever it is through the Maxwell spaceport, which the pirates are going to shrug and say, we don't think they would be doing that because whatever it is, I mean, it would have to be extremely tiny for them to be able to do that. So it's probably still there, is what they say.
So part of the problem then is going to be finding where this secret landing strip might be, if they presumably have one, and we either go there and look visually, or we scrounge up some clues first.
If you look visually, yeah, they might see us.
Exactly.
So we could try to land in Maxwell and try to get in that way, or we could, just crash land and go in guns blazing. Pirates don't actually have guns, so we vote against that.
You just need to go in there and punch them really fast. But no, Ralph, you're definitely better equipped for part A, aren't you?
Part A was just busting one in.
No, that's plan B. Plan A is scrounge up some clues so we don't have to fly over and constantly show off that we're looking for him.
I mean, in the intel that you have no evidence of a hidden landing pad.
Right, it's merely our supposition. So we need to figure out what actually exists first. And if something does exist out there like we suspect, it'll be good to know.
The only way to find out more would be to go there yourself. So do you get in your rocket ship and fly?
I think that's the plan.
All right, Captain Wyatt has to sit there and adjust the seat in the command chair. Lower it, work with the buckles.
Adjusting it to Captain Proteus's height, I see.
I guess that means we're putting Boris in the pilot seat.
That's right.
Ralph's the radio.
No co-pilot.
Ralph gets the radio, and I guess we're putting the captain back in the turret, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah, because you had to do a veteran, right?
Yeah, I have veteran.
Right, so that means you can
Atomic
aim and guard.
accuracy.
Right, so being able to aim and guard. Any preparations you want to make before you take off to Venus?
I think not sure there's really anything to really prepare.
So you go to the ship, and like when the guys say, wait a minute, like when you go to your ship, the Ixion or whatever, to take off, it's like Captain Wyatt shows up with his papers. It says, well, their papers are in order, they're authorized to fly. All right. Now I want to make sure the ship's fully fueled and loaded. All right. Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. Everything is go.
All right, cross everything off of the checklist and let's go.
You soar off from the thin atmosphere of Mars and then to the void of space. Venus itself is a planet shrouded in mystery. Not as much as Uranus, but what is? By the way, last chance. Are we going to call the locals Venusians, or are we going to call them by their technically correct name, the Venereals?
They wouldn't be Venetians.
It's not Venetians. That's if you're from Venice.
Right.
Hey, the Italians just all moved to Venus. They made it convenient for everybody.
Yeah, technically something from Mars is Marshall, so technically something from Venus is Venereal.
Let's stick with Venusian.
We're going to stick with Venusian.
Oh, dear.
It's this close.
That's close.
So where are you going on Venus?
I believe the current consensus is that we're going to go ahead and start by flying to, what was it here? To Maxwell.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the Maxwell spaceport, and you will land successfully. You give clearance. You use the radio. You land and welcome to Mars.
Venus.
There are no, welcome to Venus. My bad. Wait, how do I shift? I'm always going too fast here. All right. Okay, so the two biggest institutions on Venus are, of course, the Intravenous Incorporated Company and Maxwell Polytechnic, which you can see has that wonderful geodesic dome over it. Danu is a different island. You could possibly get there by renting or stealing a boat.
Right. And that probably wouldn't be too hard to look into.
You are here. Mostly, you'll see a polyglot of different species, mostly terrestrials. But there are a few Venusians around. The big weird bird people with their exotic, shiny, acid repellent wings, and the hoses from their rebreathers, flying around in the. Well, Venus is pretty much the same gravity as Earth, so it's actually pretty comfortable here. There's just that slight whiff of like chlorinated air all the time.
All right. So I guess we should talk about planes then. Exactly. So half my plane is going to be to eat some of Wyatt's chocolate bars here.
Hey.
But Ralph, I think part of our plan should probably be we should try to maybe. How should we deal with Lawrence Boyer? He's sort of like the focal point of all this. Should we just arrange a meeting? Should we go like harass him while he's taking his lunch break? What do you think?
I'd say let's arrange a meeting.
Okay.
All right, so we'll try it like the last professor, and well, the last one tried to explode us with a rocket, so I'm gonna keep a lookout for that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna trust
hopefully
you to actually do the talking.
Hopefully, they won't be doing that here.
So I will go ahead and, for the scene, try to activate strange powers.
Okay.
And I don't get too far, but I get far enough for clear senses.
So clear. So so now you can see the unseen.
I can see the unseen and detect the ambush and fear the rocket.
Excellent. Are you taking everyone with you, including Captain and his crew?
Absolutely. I mean,
right.
who doesn't want to go?
So all of you go to the university, and you make an appointment with Lawrence Boyer, who actually has office hours and is happy to meet you. So
Wonderful.
yeah, slick-looking alligator guy has to have glasses all the way at the end of his snout. Says, yes, I'm happy. I'm always happy to meet with people of the Space Patrol. Everything I do is above board.
Out of character. We're here to ask him about some shady bookkeeping.
He's apparently, out of character. His name comes up that he's working on some sort of project, a secret project on the Danu plane. in an installation that doesn't officially exist.
Oh.
Are you here to consult with me? I understand that the Tellurians have built a super weapon that converts matter directly into energy and attempted to use it to control the entire solar system.
Oh, absolutely. You see,
Yes.
I'm friends with Professor Hasselstoff, who was actually one of the lead researchers there, and we've been going
Ah,
over this for some time. And you see, I'd love to like compare some of your research to some of ours and see just how far into all of this has gone. What kind of projects you've been up to?
well, I can obviously help you because everyone knows Professor Hasselstoff is some kind of fraud who may have sort of gotten some sort of credibility of her strange theories of energy.
Well, then all the better. Legitimate scientists such as yourself help us confirm everything.
Well, sure. If you can just go ahead and give me the information that you have, I'd be happy to look it over.
Yeah, of course, of course. And I guess this is engaging him in small talk to have him start talking about the stuff that he does and how it helps out.
Why don't you make a roll of will and questioning?
All right. Well, I'm not good at questioning. Anybody else have that? Want to take the lead off of me?
Well, Wally has questioning and team player.
Wally should probably actually lead it as he has questioning.
What? You want me to lead?
Yeah, you're a great conversationalist. I'll just pat him on the back.
Well, excuse me, man who's 3 times my age. I've got questions. We're a little we're concerned.
Or I guess more thematically, I'm just doing small talk, and he's just kind of like listening in and trying to weasel things out here.
If he's listening in, he's assisting you. So why don't you
Oh
make
yeah,
a roll?
I guess so.
You make a roll of will questioning with a bonus D12.
Okay, well, at least there's the bonus D12. I can't lose, right? That is one success.
All right. So, I'm sorry, and roll a bonus D8 because you have all those materials that you got from
That's
Larry.
true. We got quite a lot of stuff here.
Okay, so with one success, Boyer will tell you about his own sort of like theory mentioned, but he also mentions that Venus is under tight security. It's inside of Earth's orbit. So it's in the inner sphere, so it's easier to control, and that intravenous has a monopoly on everything, and is closely monitored by the Space Patrol to make sure they're not developing weapons. Because as you know, inert gases are necessary for the proper production of atomic energy, especially in raygun chambers, which need a lasing chamber to achieve the reaction status. Not to mention other materials here that intravenous is advanced with my help because I'm a genius.
Of course.
One success would get you all that. 2 successes, you can tell you start giving them probing questions of like, would you know anything unethical? And he'll start like saying like that when you start asking like more probative questions like what about secret bases and that sort of thing, without tipping your hand too much because you have 2 successes, you get the impression that Boyer is very good at hiding things, because you'll ask him questions about specifics and he'll just dodge them easily, like just elide over them, saying, you understand that as administrator of my position, rising to near tenure as I have, that there's a lot of ramifications that are involved in scientific exploration and ethics if you'd attended my specific course. In other words, he's extremely good at that.
I guess I'll have to sign up for one of those. Wait a second.
I'm sure they have some sort of program.
They got like remedial science here on the list. Let's see.
Yeah, but he will let it drop that, yes, I do work as a consultant for intravenous. Why wouldn't they work with me? I'm the leading expert on inert material analysis. I've published several papers of which you can read. Yes, I pursue commercial interests. That's just the way of this world, or way of the solar system anyway. And I resent any implication that I might, be doing this for unethical purposes.
Oh well, I don't have any doubts that you're a fine and upstanding scientific member of the community. I'm just always worried, of course, about others who might take this work and then use it for terrible ends. You see, this is sort of the same thing that happened with Hazelstoff, you see. She had her theory, and it was, well, you already know how it is. but it was taken by others, and that led to us having to stop others from using it to these terrible ends.
Personally, I find that hard to believe. I'm familiar with Professor Osselstoff's work, and it's unpolished and theoretical. The fact that it would have any practical applications just seems absurd.
That may be true, but that didn't stop some people from trying in the first place, and of course trying to hurt her in the process. You see, we're only here to try to help you and make sure everything is going just fine with your research.
Well, your interest is appreciated, but as you can see, everything is above board, and the Astro Patrol will be much better served by using their resources concentrated on Telluria and other places. I'm sorry, I'm a very busy person. I have my administrative duties. Now, you guys can ask me one more question. So, what would you guys want to ask me?
Now this needs some serious thought, doesn't it?
Yeah, come on. Other players can chime in. You're here too.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, Maximilian, I see you just leaning back with your sunglasses, acting all cool. This is totally your jam, isn't it? Talking about science.
Did you put on those glasses so we wouldn't know you were asleep?
No, I have a headache. This is helping me.
I understand.
Where's the money go?
You want to know about the money that he's getting from intravenous then?
Yeah.
Well, he'll narrow his eyes at that sort of accusation and says, do you have some sort of warrant or other professional investigation?
Yes.
I'm not going to need a roll of will and deceit.
I got a warrant. Well, hey, at least lying is something that I believe you two are good at, so.
You'd be wrong.
Oh, you don't actually have to see it, do you?
One success.
That's one success.
Ralph, you want to pitch in on that and see if you can throw an extra D8 at him?
Yeah, might as well. Hold on. There we go.
All right, that's a bonus. Are you a team player?
No, so that's only a D8.
All right, bonus D8 for Max. Roll another D8, Max. Well, I'm insulted, says Dr. Boyer, that I thought you came here under friendly circumstances. If you do have your warrant, then go ahead and serve your process. Until then, this interview is over. Please leave my office.
I don't think you get to say that.
Can you, if you have the warrant, then, sorry, you're just going to start taking his stuff?
I'm going to start blustering.
Okay. Ah!
Try to intimidate.
Okay, make a roll. Well, you have presence. You will intimidate him. Says, all right, just you. I suppose if you are here to investigate, then I can't stop you. Very well, then. If you must seize my papers, I'm going to go and inform the administrators immediately that my classes will have to be delayed because of this false inquiry.
You do that.
Right.
And he will leave his office.
And I'll look over to Ralph and go, follow him. Follow him.
If you want to follow him, that's going to be a roll of mind and evasion with a bonus D12 if you have the stealth.
Meanwhile, I believe Maximilian and I are going to loot the office then.
All right. Well, looting an office is going to be speed and observation.
Hey, I have those dice.
You get a bonus D12 if you have the research.
Well, I sure don't, but I mean, I do have slightly better eyes than I used to.
Okay.
And also, technically, nothing is hidden from me if it's like hiding behind a shelf or in a safe.
My
or
favorite
something.
use of observation is alien worlds. This is an alien world, isn't it?
No, this is a terrestrial office.
I'm not from Venus.
No, but this office is incredibly.
This is
correct.
an alien world to me.
This office is too terrestrial for that.
How about this? I didn't sign any papers to get onto this planet. I am an alien.
I will quickly try to attempt a psychic power. Dowsing, which I don't think necessarily will help me. I'll try to identify paper, and it's like, yes, it's everywhere.
Yeah, this seems to be
I need
Boyer's.
3.
Okay, if you were searching for alien papers, I would give you the bonus, but you're searching for terrestrial papers.
Right, so now
Oh,
we'll just
so
make
you're
the
saying that
actually
the
using my
wood-
eyes roll.
You're saying the wood came from Venus, Earth, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they can't grow paper. The trees catch on fire.
Right. So actually just using my eyes, I have 1 success.
Right. So you guys search the place and start looking through papers. This is the most boring papers you could ever imagine. Meanwhile, Ralph has 3 successes.
Unless forgery applies here
For
for a reroll.
You can reroll, sure.
Okay. Yeah, maybe there's something fake in here. Hey, so that gets me 2.
But these are very legitimate papers.
Incredibly legitimate.
I mean, this is like you don't find any money. There's no. You guys go through his stuff. There's nothing incriminating in his office, which is probably why he let you search here. But meanwhile, when he wanders off, Ralph follows him with 3 successes. The crafty trash panda that he is.
Hey, I was in there, Mark.
And yes, the immediate thing that Boyer does is he goes to the lobby to make a phone call, which with 3 successes, you can observe that he's calling the radio cab company to get a cab to take him to the dockyards.
All right. I'm going to roll my radio's breakdown die to see if it fails in transmitting this data to the Mr. Boris Blaskowitz.
All right, roll d12. All right, and I'll roll for Blaskowitz, who left the room. Yep. So you can radio back to the other party, I guess. Captain, you can pick up this information. So I guess Ralph, you're going to tell them, hey, he's getting in a car.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to follow him.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get away. He's not doing the thing that he said he was going to do.
Well, if he's going to the your henchman, Captain will say, well, if he's going to the dockyards, we can intercept him there.
Yeah, seems like the thing to do.
All right, let's go fetch our own cap.
I was just going to have Ralph steal a car.
Yeah, because that's what, well, Ralph, you want to steal a car. Stealing a car is going to be a roll of speed, craft, and a bonus D12 because you have Streetwise. The pirates go get their own cap.
Speedcraft, you said Streetwise?
Speedcraft and Streetwise. You're going to hotwire a car, right? Not carjack a car.
Right. Gonna boost a parked car somewhere.
Oh,
nice
I'm sorry. And you get a bonus D12 because you have sabotage. Because you can circumvent key lock systems. So Griffin, yeah, Boyer's going to the docks.
Right, and I guess like I see this out the window and all.
No, Ralph called you to tell you that.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I'll definitely try to make my way to the docks then. We obviously didn't find anything, so.
Ralph, you boost a very fast car. All the cars on Venus have like frosted shields and that sort of thing. So you find a car that has good shielding. And yeah, there's a cab and they drive out of the protective dome into the rainy atmosphere